Good evening, gamers. My name is Dr. Steve, and welcome to X5Live. Tonight we have the pleasure of covering the Palit BF4 Asia Cup Grand Finals. As always, I won't be doing all the work alone. I've been brought along some friends tonight. We've got Cyfox sitting in the camera truck covering all the action for the listeners on the Twitch TV channel, and I'm also joined in the co-caster chair by Lemmy. How you going tonight, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, Dr. Steve. Look, I'm looking forward to a good night of Battlefield 4, and yeah, obviously it's my first shoutcast tonight, but hopefully it's a smooth one.
Yeah, mate, we're looking forward to this. This is a grand final of the Asia Cup, and we've got two of the top teams from Singapore going head to head. We've got Bf.Nut and also Synarchy. I'll cross over to Lemmy to run through the lineup for Bf.Nut, mate.
Yeah, for tonight we have Climax, we have Darkflyer, we have Euphoria SG, we have Genesis, we have I Am Colbat, we have XZA Executioner or Executioner,
Exactly.
if you will, and Zemming, and at the top there, rounding off the list, is AO Zua, mate.
Very good. And on the Synarchy side, we have Crypto, Rocket, Chronic, Extition. We've got Double FM. We've got Fire. And this guy's name's going to be a bit of a mouthful. I'm just going to call him MJ. And the team captain, Visco's in there. Demic was the team captain for Bf.Nut. And it looks like they've already gone through the blowtorch battle. And the first map we're lining up on at the moment is Dawnbreaker. I believe what we've got to choose from tonight is Dawnbreaker and Shanghai are the ones that have been picked. We've got banned on Zavod and also on Flood Zone. So in terms of Dawnbreaker, the first map for these guys tonight, it will be the best of three, and we'll be doing our level best to cover all of them. It is the middle of the night here in Oz, so if a couple of our guys do get a little bit tired, we may need to duck off, but we'll try and cover as much as we can for you guys. But Dawnbreaker is the match there, Lemmy. What do you think we're going to see tonight from these guys?
Look, it'll definitely be a as we all know, five flags on the map of Dawnbreaker, and both teams will be looking to hold at least 3 of those flags. Everyone knows that, but I think the flags to hold specifically will be that middle flag C, and whoever can get their hands on that C flag, or the majority of the flags, will obviously come out on top, mate.
That's right, get on the 3 flags, the bleed, and get the win. So these guys are getting themselves sorted, so we will get to see them go very quickly. We will have choppers in action. We will have the AA owning up as per usual. There have been a few bans on different weapon sets and stuff like that, but we're just waiting for these guys to get going. We've got Cyfox in the camera van. He's got all the free cams sorted out for a lot of the hot action points, so we'll be able to see as the teams roll out what's happening on the push to A and B, the gimme flags for the US side, the blue side. For China, we've got E and D, the gimme flags there on their side. China is the red side. C is going to be where a lot of the action is at, right at the crossroads in the middle. What sort of strategy would you be making if you're making the push onto that C crossroads point, Lemmy?
Look, mate, you'd want to have definitely an armor push with infantry if possible. There can be some sneaky tactics coming out with the quad bikes and that sort of thing, but in general, you want a strong push on the C flag when you are going for it, and a majority of the teams will put an AA sort of in the C area, or sometimes a little bit further back, but yeah, definitely. If you wanted that middle flag, you'd be pushing with most of your resources, especially because it's an 8v8 tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We're used to in Oz playing the 10v10, so it's going to be interesting seeing these maps played with only 8 players aside. It's really going to take 2 of those guys out of the action. It's going to make it harder to push and cap on flags, but I think it's going to keep things a lot more interesting. And I haven't seen these guys in action yet. They have proved quite dominant in their stage matches to make their way to the final tonight. We're getting some calls over at the moment as the map is restarting, ready coming over from Zemig and I am Colbat saying, let's go, good luck, have fun. Dawnbreaker is the first map of the Palit Grand Final, 8v8 Cup, and we're just loading ourselves in. We're getting another restart coming over. So just as we get in here, we just want to say thank you for everyone tuning in on the Twitch stream. We've thrown this one a little bit last minute, put it all together, got the guys organised, but I think we're in for a good map tonight there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. As I said earlier, first shoutcast should be a good one. Look, I just can't wait for the game to get going, mate. I'm interested to see how the game turns out, and it's a big match as well. There's a lot on the line, so I'll be interested to see how this one pans out.
Exactly right. 20 seconds left on the clock. 252 tickets is the count. The guys from Synarchy will be rolling out on the blue side, the US side. Bf.Nut are on the red. We've got a couple of their guys in there at the moment manning the vehicles. They're getting ready to go. 5 seconds is the count, and we're getting ready for live. Chronic's lining up for Synarchy in the tank. We've also got FFM in one of the fast movers. The MJ from Synarchy is in the AA vehicle, and the chopper's flying over at the moment. It's got to drop a bail onto the B point. Crypto's bailed out and is now diving down onto there. They've also bailed a second guy onto the C point. That's Visco, the team captain for Synarchy, in there. What are you seeing from Bf.Nut? I can see that they've got a bit of a push going onto D, and they may have a Jihad Jeep going as well.
Yeah, they've got the Jihad Jeep going in on that C flag, Dr. Steve. It looks like it has gone down just then. They are playing a little bit on the conservative side at the moment. They have their attack chopper and a lot of their resources and armor at B, and they're currently doing their best on that flag, although they haven't capped that back flag at E, mate.
No, they've left that alone. It was Visco doing a good job taking down Genesis as he came over with that Jihad Jeep. And here we go. We've got Climax in the chopper. Looks like he's given that tank a bit of strife. Chronic's tank is on fire, and he's trying his best to get some repairs on that. Lining up to look at that. Nanny's just gone down. Bang, Darkflyer getting the kill there. And I think it might have been a... No, sorry, it was... no, there was a C4 kill going off somewhere else by FFM. So a couple of the Jihad Jeeps and the C4s going off. Looks like the chopper Climax has gone back to that Eve point to get the cap up. Scorecard reads 236 to 249 in favour of the guys from Synarchy at this early point of the match, Lemmy.
Yeah, it looks like the team with the tank for Bf.Nut have gone down on that A flag, and Synarchy are looking to cap that A flag back up. They're going to get there successfully. Bf.Nut are looking to put a little bit of pressure on with the attack chopper there on A, but not going to do too much there. We are seeing a push from Bf.Nut on the middle flag at C. However, there's a sneaky person. I'll see who that is there. It's Chronic from Synarchy. Yeah, he's there at that A flag, and he's just capping that by himself. So back over to you, Dr. Steve.
Great stuff. Yeah, I'm just having a look. There is a little bit of a push at the moment from Bf.Nut, the team captain Zemix, on that B point, getting some shots over at the moment. Some guys from Synarchy are now responding and coming over to the B point, seeing what's going on. Visco's there, Fire's there, Crypto's there. They're all having a quick look. Zemig's got I am Colbat there in defense. Where we go, we've just had Zemig go down to Visco, getting the Ace 21 COB down on him, and it looks like Synarchy have successfully defended that B point, getting a little bit of pressure now as Azure and also Euphoria coming over from Bf.Nut. They haven't quite given up on that B point and are making the push back in there now. It looks like Crypto's the only man in defense, and he's having a quick look over there, but there's 2 versus 1, so he's going to have to pick up the pace, and he's just gone down to Euphoria there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, the flags are being capped all over the place. It looks like B and E are the ones to keep, but it looks like at the moment 3 are being capped. It looks like C, A, and B flags are all being capped at the moment by different teams, and it's all going on at the moment. We've got Bf.Nut rolling out with a tank along over to D for that safety, completely ignoring that E flag right next to the China spawn. And look, mate, it's all going on.
Yeah, they've gone a bit crazy. We've got pull all over the mat for the Bf.Nut guys. We've got Executioner down on the A point. C points capped up by Genesis at the moment, but I think he's just been run over by a teammate. It looks like Zemek has just gone over the top of his mate Genesis, so that was a bit unfortunate. The guys from Synarchy are just regrouping, getting themselves in a position to push. They do have 2 flags at the moment, E and B, while Bf.Nut have got A, B and D in their favour. Scorecard reads 215 tickets to 207 in favour of Bf.Nut, now taking the lead. Looking at the scoreboard, we've got Aozura and also Darkflyer leading the way for Bf.Nut on 4 kills, 1 death. 4 to 3 is Visco from Synarchy leading the way there. But yeah, still plenty of stuff happening, as it looks like B seems to be a little bit of a push at the moment there, mate, for Bf.Nut.
Yeah, look, they've got 2 blokes on there at the moment. What I'm looking at is Climax in the attack chop has actually gone to the E flag and neutralised that. But back over to E, we've got Executioner. He's the only one left down there, and he's trying to do all the work on the B flag for Bf.Nut. He's back over to you, Dr. Steve.
All right, mate. Just having a quick look around. A seems to be where the guys from Synarchy are putting a little bit of pressure. We've got MJ in the tank sitting at the back there, but he's got Aozura and also I'm Colbat coming in the door now. So they're getting a little bit of a cap on, whilst that tank's not really sure what to do. We might need to get some friends spawning off him, although I'm just having a look at the 2 guys inside, and I'm not sure. Yeah, we do have one of them with the NG kit that'll be able to put a bit of pressure on there. As the chopper, Synarchy Rocket now coming over and having a look at those 2 guys hiding inside the building. And it looks like, here we go, here comes the cavalry for Synarchy on this A point. They're just coming through the door. It looks like FFM taking down Aozura, Darkflyer taking down Fire, and a few other bits and pieces happening in there. Visco's taken down Colbat, and it looks like those guys from Synarchy will be getting the recap on A. There's not much happening for Bf.Nut around that point. Bf.Nut still with the flag advantage. They've got 4 in their favour at the moment. D, E, C and B. Scorecard reads 208 to 153. Tickets really starting to bleed down now for Synarchy, and it's going to keep going down unless they're able to get themselves off this 4 flag cap, mate.
Yeah, look, we've got we just had a quad come in from Synarchy over at the B flag. There's 2 infantry over there at the moment trying to cap up B flag. They are going to neutralise the B flag, and they are doing a good job as we see the AA come into the B flag. Look, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah, they're still getting that B flag, so it looks like they will get that 2nd flag for Synarchy, although Bf.Nut do have the 3 flag advantage and do have them on the bleed at this stage. It's 205 tickets to Bf.Nut, and Synarchy only have 120 at this stage. Dr. Steve.
Excellent stuff. I'll just say to everyone, we're getting calls over the stream for some more first player action. So jump in the seat and have a look at the guys. It is a bit harder for the cameraman to follow on the first person stream because when they die, the screen goes black and you need to select someone else. So we'll try and cover a little bit more in the first person seat and see what's going on. B flag is where there's still a little bit of action at the moment. It looks like Bf.Nut are going to get that secured up. We've got a few guys in and around there at the moment. Climax is there with Darkflyer. It looks like the tank just went down though, as just trying to have a quick look. I think it was not really sure who got the kill there, but there's a lot of kill trading going on and around that C point as the guys from Synarchy kicking back. We've got FFM and also Visco in on that C point, having a look in there, but Bf.Nut responding now. Euphoria's there. We've also got Climax there, having a bit of a look around. Looks like FFM just went down to Colbat. Oh, Colbat with a double, taking down Visco as well, doing great stuff for the Bf.Nut boys, just getting those kills up. He's running 9 and 6 on the scoreboard for himself, so doing a great job. And this ticket bleed is really starting to take it out of the guys from Synarchy. We've got 196 read 6-1 in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut there, Lemmy.
Yeah, it looks like Synarchy are just trying to pull out as much as they can in these dying stages of the first half of this game. They're sending boys everywhere, and they're trying to cap what they can. They're actually doing a pretty good job to try and get 3 flags under their control. It's actually working out all right for them. They've done well. It looks like they will get that D flag. There's 3 boys there. They got the AA there at D. Looks like Zemming is in that AA, I think. Yeah, that's correct. Although we do have a counter push from Bf.Nut back on that D flag, Dr. Steve.
Oh, it's getting swarmed. We've got Colbat making the junior Euphoria's there. We've also got Executioner, and Executioner's just gone down to Rocket, and Crypto takes down Genesis, but I think Euphoria's done the cleanup, taking down Rocket. So those guys from Synarchy all down on D. Massive push from Bf.Nut, and they've re-secured that D point up. Scorecard reads 175 to 59 tickets in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut, and they're just starting to get the roll on. They're off the 3 flag advantage, but starting to make the push in on that C point. We've got Euphoria making his way up there, but it looks like Azure has just gone down to Visco. Colbat taking down Synarchy. Euphoria with a kill on Crypto. Headshot with the ACW. So lots of stuff happening as Bf.Nut start to make the push into that C point there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, I've been watching the tickets here, and in the last minute or so, Synarchy's only lost about 6 tickets. They're bringing it back. It currently reads Synarchy 52 tickets to we got Bf.Nut on 152 tickets. Although Bf.Nut are working on this C flag, and they have got it back, so the bleed will be back on for Synarchy. So they'll have to do something about it, and they'll have to do it quick because they're back on the bleed, and it's going to be a fast bleed too.
They were looking good for a moment there, but I think Nut are back on a roll. They had a moment of stress, a little bit of pressure, but they're back on top of that now. Just watching the drop, we're getting a chopper drop now for Synarchy. Execution, what is going on to that E point? He's making a solo push in there, but Climax has seen him and is making his way in there. Visco from Synarchy is now making the way onto the E point as well. Dark Flyers in chase. So we've got 2 guys from each team making their way onto the E point. Zemix just spawned up with the AA truck, making his way round now, so he may be able to focus on the chopper, which is Rocket at the moment, having a look over at the A point. He's just floating around there. So 3 flags is the advantage to the guys from Bf.Nut, and looks like the ticket bleeds really killing the guys from Synarchy. We've got 146 tickets, reads 12, so music's just starting to play, end of round music, as I'll round out to you. Let me to call out the last stage of the map.
Yeah, look, mate, they could actually stay in here. They've got the 3rd flag on the bleed, and they're actually getting it back. They've got 3 people on the E flag, as D and C flag are both being capped, so they're actually staying in this one. They should get the cap on E, although it is paused at the moment, mate. A lot of the flags are paused. We got a push from Bf.Nut on the B flag, so look, it's very interesting. They've done well to stay in it as long as they have, but I think they're going to be going down here, mate.
Yeah, that's it. We do have a lot of the guys in Deadpool from Synarchy just spawn in now, so they only have 2 tickets left on the board. They have fought back well and have got themselves 4 flags, but it looks like Bf.Nut now making a bit of a push on trying to put some pressure. They only need to get 2 kills, and Synarchy's already got 1 dead at the moment, which is Chronic, so he's not going to be able to respawn in unless they want to lose a ticket. So 119, the tickets are counting down slowly for Bf.Nut, but they will have the number advantage when they really feel like making a push. So we'll wait and see where they're going. We do have a squad or a small group of guys. I'm Colbat and also Executioner heading over to the B point. We've also got A being capped up by Dark Flyer and also Climax. So the caps are coming on for Bf.Nut. There we go. D's just been grayed up by Azure, and a few other bits and pieces happening in there. So now we've got 4 guys dead from Synarchy. They're not able to spawn in. One has 1 ticket remaining on the scoreboard. 105 reads 1 ticket. So let's see how long these guys from Synarchy are able to hold out. There we go. We've just gone out now. 105 the margin in the first round there, Lemmy.
Yeah, that's crazy, mate. I can't believe that they've held out as long as they have in the end, and like, well done to Synarchy. They did they were losing substantially in that first period of the
That's
first
it. We do
half.
have the scoreboards up, so we'll run through those quick before they vanish on us. I'll run through the Synarchy lineup. Visco leading the way, 12 kills, 9 deaths. Crypto with 10 and 9. Execution with 8 and 5. 8 and 7 for MJ. Rocket with 5 kills, 6 deaths. FFM with 4 kills, 11 deaths. And Fire with 7 and 9. Chronic rounds out the guys from Synarchy. Over onto Bf.Nut, mate.
Yeah, we've got I Am Colbat 14 and 10, Dark Flyer 11 and 8, Climax 5 and 5. We've got Euphoria SG on 9 and 8. We've got Azura 9 and 10. We've got Zemming on 8 and 4. We've got Genesis on 6 and 10, and we got Executioner on I can't remember because it's just gone blank on me, mate.
No, that's okay. We do have to get through those ones quickly so I can call them all out. But I might over to our man in the sky if he's got his voice on at the moment. Cyfox, what did you think of the first round, mate?
Oh, it went pretty well. Like, Bf.Nut pretty much had the domination over the flags for most of the map. It was really hard for Synarchy to really get that bleed on them. They did have a really good point where they had 4 flags on Bf.Nut, and they managed to get back quite a few tickets while that happened. I think it was during the end of the game. They probably got about 40 or 50 tickets on them at the end, you know, just doing the age-old tactic of not spawning in and not wasting those end tickets in Conquest.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm not sure. We haven't had any calls over to see if this is live straight off the bat, but we'll see how the guys are lining up. We do have a few of them spawned in at the moment, so we might not be. We might be. We'll just wait and see what they say. 2 seconds on the countdown as these guys line up. So it looks like we've got everyone in there, and they're making the push. Maybe not. We don't have a tank on the US side for Bf.Nut as yet, so I'm not sure if they've got a different strategy or whether it's just a bit of a play around. It looks like they might just be playing around at this stage. So we'll just have a bit more of a chat. Lemmy, in terms of the first round, what did the guys from Bf.Nut do so right to get them that 105 ticket win?
Look, mate, in the initial stages, as I was saying just before the scoreboard came up, my apologies. Look, I was a bit uncertain when they didn't cap that E flag right off rollout, and I was thinking, you know, what's going on here? Have they forgotten about it? Has someone, you know, just spaced on it, or what's going on here? But they've actually, you know, done what they needed to do quite well and got all the players, because it's an 8v8, mind you. They've made use of their resources. At the start they were really conservative as opposed to the aggressive rollout that I was seeing off Synarchy, and yeah, look, they just did a really good job on maintaining and using the resources that are available to them, and I guess that's what it's all about in an 8v8 with all these vehicles and quads, and you know, it's all about maintaining and using the resources that you've got to your disposal, and I think they did it a little bit better than Synarchy, although Synarchy did fight back towards that end round and got their way back into the game a little bit, which sets it up for a fantastic round for this first match. Yeah, Dr. Steve.
Well, it doesn't look like they're capping any points at the moment, so it's obviously not live. If you guys don't mind, we might just cut to a quick promo video.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, boys.
And welcome back, gamers. My name is Dr. Steve. I'm joined by Cyfox in the camera, and I've also got Lemmy in the co-caster seat. We're watching the Palit BF4 Asia Cup Grand Finals. Bf.Nut go head-to-head with Synarchy. We just wrapped up the first round of the first map, which is Dawnbreaker. 105 tickets was the margin in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut. We're getting a little bit of a restart, so hopefully we'll be going live on restart now for the second round. Guys are lining up. The guys from Synarchy are wanting to make a really early push. They need to get themselves on the front foot straight off the bat. They'll be starting out on the south side of the map, the Chinese side, playing in red colours. On the blue side, we have the guys from Bf.Nut lining up, getting ready to go. We did see a dominant rollout from the guys from Bf.Nut. They left their gimme flag, the flag closest to them, and pushed through a lot of the other map, and then fell back to that one a little bit later. Got themselves on the 3 flag advantage quite early. There we go. We've just gone live, rolling out now. having a quick look at the guys from Bf.Nut on their rollout, Executioner and also Genesis, both with jihad buggies, making the push through the central square, going straight past that A flag. I am Colbat is there in the AA truck, Zemming's there in the tank. Just going to keep an eye on Genesis, where he's going with that jihad Jeep. He's it's trying to detonate it. It didn't blow at all. He was pulling the button and nothing was happening, and he's just gone down, the poor bastard. I'm not sure what got the kill on him there, but lots of stuff happening in and around that C point, as it looks like that's still grey at the moment. No one really got in there on time. Colbat's there in the AA for Bf.Nut, securing that up. B flag's capped up by Bf.Nut Zemmig, and A flag has just been secured up by Azure. The guys from Synarchy have got themselves on the D and E flag there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, Executioner, he's gone out on rollout with the Jihad Jeep, and he's gone for the tank there at D. And look, he hasn't been successful, and he got smacked down with the ACWR by Synarchy Fire. And it was a good effort, but he went down pretty admirably. As we got Euphoria SG from Bf.Nut there on the D flag. We do have a little bit of a push here on the D flag for a Bf.Nut. Back to you, Dr. Steve.
Oh, I just saw Executioner have a brilliant C4 on the tank. The sneaky little guy hid in the trees until the tank got past him, and then just ran straight up to it and got a couple in there and ended up getting the kill.
Awesome stuff for covering that there, Fox. And yeah, we've still got plenty of action going around on this C flag. It looks like the guys from Synarchy have got themselves the 3 flags now. They made a push up onto the B, so Visco was up there with a couple of his mates and managed to get the cap there. So they're having a bit of fun all around now, getting themselves in a good position. The scorecard reads 246 to 231 in favour of the guys from Synarchy. So they made to the start to this second round that they needed. However, the margin in the first round was 105, so that's what the magic number that we're looking for on the scoreboard. And these guys just need to keep pushing, keep that throttle down, and maybe they're going to have a chance. We do have the guys from Bf.Nut starting to make a slow push onto the D point there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, they're going in on the D point. We've got Bf.Nut, I am Colbat. And we've also got Zemming there, and they're capping it, and they're doing a fantastic job, mate. They're capping it up, no worries. They're going to cap that for sure. It's D flag, they've got it. Now we're looking over here. We've got a push on the A flag, although it's successfully defended by Synarchy. And oh no, sorry, Bf.Nut. My mistake. And also we've got Synarchy pushing on the D flag there, mate.
Yeah, they're at the guys from Bf.Nut are really changing around. They're on the blue side in this second half and just getting themselves into positions. Just having a look at Climax now from Bf.Nut. He's on the Jeep. He's making his way through, and it looks like he'll be going to fortify the attack that's come on C. That's grey at the moment, so there's a few guys happening. Oh, a big explosion. I'm not sure whether that was it was a mine. SG Euphoria got taken out by his teammate Azure, so that's not good stuff from those guys taking each other out. Climax is on top of the bridge for Bf.Nut, but he's going to run into a little bit of strife. We've got MJ in the AA truck underneath that bridge getting the shots over, and it looks like, yeah, Execution has just gone down to him there. Execution's just taken down Euphoria as well. Lots of action happening around this C point, and it looks like the guys from Synarchy have got a chance to cap that one back in their favour. They do have a couple of guys in there at the moment and pushing up, but we've also got the D and B flags flashing. I might cross over to Lemmy to see what's on his screen at the moment.
Yeah, look, it's all going on, mate. We've got 3 flags flashing at the moment. The only 2 flags that are solid are, 3 flags are D for Synarchy, and we've got 3 flags solid for Bf.Nut, and we got the E flag that's in dispute at the moment, mate.
Excellent stuff. I'll have a look at the scoreboard. Both teams have got a man on 7-1. Zemmig for Bf.Nut 7-1, and also Execution from Synarchy 7-1. But that man's just gone down. Looks like it was Colbat with the Ace 23, ruining that kill streak that he had going there. But still, lots of stuff going on. D is being secured up by Bf.Nut by Executioner. He's in there doing a one-man cap. We've also got A in contention. We've got Synarchy making the push over there, MJ and also Fire making their way onto that, and B's flashing a little bit as well as the guys from Synarchy. We've got Crypto in there. He's defending on that point, but he's been joined by a mate, which is Visco. But we've got 3 guys from Bf.Nut spawning in, Colbat, Darkfire, and it looks like Climax has just got the double kill, taking down both Visco and another one of his friends. So doing a great job in there, getting the kill there, and securing up that B point for Bf.Nut. So those guys from Bf.Nut will get themselves back onto the 3 flag advantage, and the score count is really close in this second round. We've got 187 reads, 198 in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut now, mate.
Yeah, look, it's outstanding work by Bf.Nut. They're making it really hard for me on my first shoutcast because there's so much movement. Everyone's going everywhere. You know, they're constantly pushing. We've got pushes on every single flag as we see Bf.Nut go in there on that B flag and defending it successfully. We do see Synarchy FFM making a push on the D flag as he gets a little bit of support. And yeah, he will cap that one, mate.
Excellent stuff. That's good work from the Synarchy boys making the push in there. There we go. He's just got that one grey, the D point. So FFM's doing a good job there. Climax making the push for Bf.Nut on foot, and it looks like he's just been taken down. So FFM doing the great job of not only capping up that D point by himself, but also defending against the push that was coming in there. Great stuff. Also watching Rocket in the chopper at the moment, just floating over the top of V, putting a bit of pressure, and it looks like Synarchy have got a couple of guys in and around there as well. Execution's there, and also Bf.Nut Executioner is also in that point, but he's just sort of staying very, very still. So I'm not sure if he's gone off to go to get a drink. No, here we go. He's moving now. Climax has just spawned in with him, so E point looks like it's going to be a little bit of fire action when these guys can finally track each other down, because they're fairly spread out along those 2 buildings in that complex at E. MJ's just rolled in from Synarchy with the AA truck, so he's going to have a bit of fun, but I think it's going to be ruined as Genesis from Bf.Nut's making the push up in the tank. Here we go. He's just coming head to head with the AA truck, and looks like we've just had the bail out. Massive stuff, and it looks like we've lost our mate that was in that AA truck. MJ's gone down to the ACW of Executioner, and we've also got Execution got taken down by Executioner as well. Darkfly with a double kill taking down Chronic and FFM also. So lots of stuff still happening. Might move away from the E point and see what you're catching up with at the moment there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, I'm just checking out Zemming, mate. He's in the AA. He's currently 12 kills and 1 death, and he's ripping it up in the AA. I'm loving it, man. I'm watching him, and he's just cutting sick, man. I can't believe it. He's currently he's a menace. I'll say it.
Yeah, definitely. I was watching him before, and I saw him. He snuck up behind the Bf.Nut. Oh no, sorry, the Synarchy tank, and ended up taking down the tank in the AA, which is a pretty mean feat considering the AA is not really meant to be anti-armor.
Oh look, mate, it can be used in very delicate ways as he actually does get taken down there. He gets taken out by MJR, as we call him. Back over to you, Dr. Steve.
Excellent stuff, yeah. Heaps of stuff going on at the moment, and Bf.Nut really just asserting their force on the map now. They do have the 4 flag advantage, although D's just gone grey as Synarchy, Rocket and Visco making their way onto that D point, greying that one up. They're going to be in a little bit of pressure. Zemming's there on foot's time. He doesn't have the AA truck to help him out, but he's going to put a little bit of pressure on those 2 guys. Rocket, FFM's just also spawned in for the guys from Synarchy, so we'll wait and see what's happening. Here we go. Zemming's been met with his mates Euphoria and also Darkflyer. He's just gone down though. Looks like it was Rocket getting the kill on him as the guys from Bf.Nut now making the push onto D. E's just gone grey. B's flashing as Crypto's on there for Synarchy. Also got Chronic from Synarchy over on the A point. So these guys aren't afraid to go and solo cap to get themselves in a position, but we have gone past the point of no no return, as the scorecard reads 183 to 92 tickets. That's in favour of Bf.Nut, and as you well know, they had 105 tickets to margin in the first round. So we will see this first map go to the guys from Bf.Nut, but Synarchy aren't about to give up at the moment, Lemmy. They want to push to the end.
Yeah, look, mate, it's bloody good to see, because they're always capping stuff. There's always things on the bleed. They're always capping stuff, and it's incredibly hard to keep up with when there's 3 or 4 flags constantly in dispute. And it's good to see. It's a good game when you see this sort of stuff happening. You see, vehicles. It's an 8v8, and we've got currently 3-4 people in vehicles for Synarchy at the moment, trying to do whatever they can to try and cap some flags back, because they really, really need it.
Yeah, that's right, and just having a look around to see what's going on. A point is being re-secured by the guys from Bf.Nut. They've got Genesis in the AA and also Climax in that chopper getting the cap there. B's in contention at the moment as Crypto and Visco making their way in there. It looks like Crypto got a nice headshot and on Azure, and those guys from Synarchy putting a bit of pressure on, but it looks like they're going to be met by Genesis in the AA. Also got Euphoria on foot and Climax in the jet, in the chopper, as he's just gone down, smash. It looks like it was he ran into a building at the end of the day there, so not great stuff from him, but it looks like Bf.Nut, the Genesis and Euphoria man, putting the pressure on B and recapping that one up. Tickets are really starting to go down quickly now for the poor guys from Synarchy. 172 reads 60 tickets at this late stage of the second round there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, Bf.Nut have got the 3 flag advantage, obviously, and look, I'm not sure what Synarchy can do, but they're going to have to pull out something quick. They've got a chopper drop. They're dropping Extinction or XT on the B flag, but there's just too much defense from the Bf.Nut infantry and armor, and look, it's incredibly hard for these boys over at Synarchy to get a flag back. They're all over the board. Like, they've got pushes. We got Bf.Nut Zemming. He's on foot now. He's not even in the AA. He's going over to the E flag with I am Colbat. They're making a 2-pronged attack on that E flag, and there's no one there. And the Synarchy boys are putting all their resources into capping these new flags. They're not able to defend these back flags close to their base, mate. And
yeah. No, you're exactly right, and Bf.Nut are really reaping in the tickets as a reward for their hard work there. Synarchy, we've got Chronic, also MJ and FFM on that D point. They've secured that up, and they've just realised that, like you said before, Zemic and Colbat were over on the E point, so the tank's in between. Chronic in the tank. He's actually taking some pot shots at the AA truck on the bridge, so just waiting to see whether the... Chronic is able to take down the Genesis man. There we go. Nice big hit, and he's got him. Great stuff from the tank. Long distance tanking takes out the AA on the bridge from the D point. Now he's making his way. Mr. Chronic having a quick look. He's seen a guy off in the bushes there and just takes down Colbat with the cannon there, the secondary cannon from the tank. But here we go. Jihad.
Brilliant.
Got the C4 smashed. He saw an opportunity and absolutely went for it. Now he's going to get himself on the flag cap area there. ASU doing a great job. 6 queues now, 10 tickets remaining in the second round there, Lemmy.
Yeah, like you called it, mate. They're on the bleed. Synarchy, they got 9 tickets left. They're doing everything they can. They got 3 flags at the moment, but they're two of those flags getting capped. And look, you wonder what they can do at this point. I mean, they can try and bring the tickets down, but in reality, it's not going to do them that much good, as we see Bf.Nut just closing in for the win. They've done well. That they've got their armor in line together. They got the gunship and the tank on that C flag. The gunship's just advancing, putting pressure on infantry and whatever Synarchy are trying to push towards them. As there's 2 tickets left. Over to you, Dr. Steve.
That's it, and we've just had it close out. 149 tickets to 0. So with the first round of 105, we see the guys from Synarchy, from Bf.Nut doing a dominant lead. We've got the scoreboard up. We'll run through that one very quickly. As you said before, Zemig doing a fantastic job. 16 kills, 4 deaths, 8 and 11 for the Executioner man. Dark Flyer with 6 and 7. Genesis with 11 and 6. Azure getting a rounded 9 and 9. Colbat with 6 and 8. 15 and 11 for Euphoria, and Climax with 9 and 7, mate.
Yeah, look.
Oh no, we've just had to restart.
I would if it was up there for me, but yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I'm a little bit disappointed with the mine action from both teams, to be honest. I mean, they had some mines going off out on rollout, but it just seemed like they didn't keep it up. And I saw one thing from Synarchy, which I do not see enough. Bf.Nut had placed a few mines down on the C point, and Synarchy did the sneaky by putting their own mines on top of it, which will of course detonate once one of the enemy tanks get near it and completely decimate them.
Yeah, we don't see enough of that, and that was work for their energies to spot that and get in there and do it. But yeah, in terms of the match, we did see a strong start from the guys from Synarchy. They did make a nice early push and actually had the lead for probably the first 3 or 4 minutes of that match. But Bf.Nut held their composure, wound it back, and really had a good go at it, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, it was a great 2 rounds to commentate through. Look. It's always hard when all the flag. I'll be honest with you, mate. I mean, obviously this being my first shoutcast for Battlefield 4 and that sort of stuff. I mean, it's incredibly hard to keep up with everything that's going on and that sort of thing. But you know, I'm giving it a fair crack, and hopefully I'm keeping up with all the action and that sort of thing. And look, it's just great to be able to witness just a couple of these great teams go head to head. Although it's a little bit one-sided at the moment, hopefully this second game can kick off into something a little bit more competitive. But even if it doesn't, it's still really good fun, mate.
Exactly right. And I'll cross over to our mate Cyfox in the camera to give us a bit of a round out before we go to a break.
Pretty much just from those last 2 rounds, Bf.Nut just seemed to have the right amount of defenders at the right times whenever it came to Synarchy trying to take a point. And even if they didn't have quite enough defenders on there, they spawned 1 or 2 people, and it would be just enough to keep that point while, you know, keeping all their other members focusing on other points and, you know, keeping those caps up. So it was pretty well organised by Bf.Nut. They definitely deserved to get those 2 rounds.
Yeah, great stuff. We'll cut away to and we'll be back with the second map shortly.
Well done.
Welcome back, gamers. My name is Dr. Steve, and you're watching x5Live. I'm joined by Cyfox in the camera van and also Lemmy as my co-caster. We just finished up on map 1 of the Palit BF4 Asia Cup. The winners of map 1 were the guys from Bf.Nut. 254 tickets was the margin, and we're just lining up on Hainan Resort for the second round. We are live. We are getting into this. 4 seconds is the margin as we get ourselves ready to go live. No jets in this. We'll just see the guys having a little bit of fun. We did see a team kill on rollout from Synarchy. I don't think that was quite planned, but we'll wait and see what they're planning to do. Rocket is, we've got a couple of guys making a push from Synarchy on the blue side, the US side, onto the A point. Visco's come down by Chopper Drop. We've also got 2 of the guys, MJ, Fire, and also Crypto, making their way. Execution's also there, so a massive push coming over from the guys from Synarchy onto that point, and now here we go. We've got lots of fire coming over onto that Chopper. Rocket's just gone down, unfortunately, but nice early push from Synarchy, getting themselves the A and B points. C's just been secured up by Bf.Nut. I am Colbat in the APC, getting the cap onto that C point, so B is where the action is at. Climax, I can see in the Choppers really making a push around there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, mate, I was a little bit suspicious about what was going on there. I mean, we had Bf.Nut rolling out with the 2 rib boats and the APC and the Little Bird, and somehow Bf.Nut, they only rolled out with the APC and Little Bird and managed to cap the 2 flags and utilise their infantry on that B flag, mate.
Yeah, Synarchy made a solid early push, but it looks like Bf.Nut kicking back well at this stage, getting themselves a couple of guys onto the point now, but lots of kill exchanges happening inside this B flag point. Zemming getting a nice one on Crypto. Crypto did manage to take down Genesis, and Zemming also got Execution down, so lots of action happening on that B point. It's still in possession of the guys from Synarchy at the moment, but it looks like Bf.Nut really want to change that round, getting themselves in a position where they can cap that back, and I think they do have numbers now as Euphoria gets himself in flag cap radius. Genesis took down Execution, so lots of stuff happening around that B point, and Bf.Nut have now secured that one up. They've got themselves 2 flags, B and C, in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut, and they're even making the push onto A unless the guys from Synarchy can push back, mate.
Yeah, look, Synarchy, they're putting a push on the B flag, mate, but Bf.Nut, they've got it covered, mate. They've got it all on lockdown. They've got that B flag. They've fought hard for it. They've got it back. As we see Synarchy making a move on the C flag with the Little Bird. They've dropped off a player. His name is FFM, and we've also got a Little Bird. It's Chronic in the river, and he's heading off to the C flag as well. So we've got 2 players on the C flag for Synarchy. And as we see Bf.Nut trying to make a little push on the A flag. Back to you, Dr. Steve.
Yeah, Colbat's actually been around that A flag in the APC for ages. He's just been going back and forth, but we've got Visco in there. We've also got MJ in there. One of the guys did just go down. Trying to see who that was. Not really sure. There we go. Fire's just been taken down by MJ, and Climax from Bf.Nut now starting to make the push on foot. Bf.Nut have also got Rib Boat in there. Genesis has made the push up there. So it looks like these guys from Bf.Nut really starting to get themselves into a good position. However, they are at a flag deficit. C point has been successfully capped up by Synarchy. FFM's in there by himself, just keeping that one under control. And it looks like the other guys from Synarchy aren't having too many issues with this A point. They're getting put under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they're defending it really well.
That one strong. Yeah, great stuff from what I'm seeing from these guys from Synarchy. They're really kicking back.
Yeah, Synarchy are doing a really good job here, Dr. Steve. They've got the 2 flag lockdown, which is definitely what you need on Hanan. You need those 2 flags out of 3. However, that B flag, it's a bit of a unit there. There's a bit of a tower. You know how it is, boys. Everyone listening knows how it is, as there is a bit of a push onto there. Bf.Nut and Synarchy going at it hard. It's ridiculous. There's action here, mate. I thought it was all over from that first game, but it looks like Synarchy are not going out without a fight, mate.
That's it. I'll cross over to Cyfox for his opinion at this point in time.
There is a hell of a lot of action happening at B. I think maybe Synarchy are focusing a little bit too much time on B because Bf.Nut just seem to have too strong a defense on that point at the moment, and they haven't really been able to take it off them very often. But they have got it at the moment, I think. No, it's still in Bf.Nut's control, so they should pretty much just give up on it and just maybe try and contain them in there for a while they hold the A and C points, because they were holding that A point really well for a long time.
Yeah, and as you say, that really put too many numbers on that B point and lost A as a result. So Synarchy are going to have to fight themselves back onto that A point. Rocket's there in the APC. He's got a couple of mates. Chronic is in there as well, but I think FFM just went down to Zemming, who's in and around that area as well. So a little bit of stuff happening on that A point. Little Bird is up. Visco, oh no, he's just crashed it. He's dived into the water and making his way in on foot. So Synarchy, the numbers onto that A point at the moment, getting themselves in a position to cap it up. Visco's just gone down. I think the building's just collapsed on those guys. So a couple of guys from Synarchy going down as a result, but Rocket and FFM are still there. Colbat is there from Bf.Nut, also Climax from Bf.Nut, and Executioner from Bf.Nut, all making the hard job, the job of capping that A flag for Synarchy all the more harder. A couple of kills coming over now as some support is falling in. Zemming's in there, he's hiding in the tree line, but making the push down on foot. He's just gone down. ABC managing to take him out. It was Fire doing the clean-up job there. So now we see the guys from Synarchy with 2 flags in their favour. A and C are theirs, and they're leading on the scorecard 160 tickets to 145. So great stuff from Synarchy in this second map, mate.
Yeah, look, everyone knows, anyone that's been in a high tier competitive clan and played Hanan before, they all know that you can't be complacent on Hanan. And we're seeing Synarchy come out here with some phenomenal pushes, although we do see B and C both being neutralised at the moment. We've got Climax in the chopper for Bf.Nut. He's around that B flag. He's got a repper in that chopper too. Look, we got the APC from Bf.Nut coming in on the B flag. It's all happening, mate. It's pretty intense right now.
Yeah, there's a pretty strong defense going on at B at the moment from Synarchy. I think maybe they let Bf.Nut take the C point for a bit and just focused a bit of defense on B, knowing that that was going to be the next point that they'd attack. And you know, let's see if it pays off for them.
Yeah, it was a bit of a trade around, so we'll see if they're able to hold that one a little bit better, whether it's more in their favour or whether they should have stuck with the ANC. Or big kill coming over there, and it looks like MJ taking, no, it was Crypto getting the nice kill with the small on Genesis. So great stuff from that man, taking down the APC unit. It looks like one of the choppers in a bit of trouble there, Climax going down, and it was also Darkflyer as well. So Rocket, with the Rocket incidentally, taking down that little bird, and two guys with it. So great stuff there, as we do have a little bit of action in and around the B point as Bf.Nut starting to make the push over, but it looks like we're getting some good defense from Synarchy. They do have the guys in there at the moment putting up a bit of a fight. It looks like Climax takes down MJ and a few other kills coming over. A point seems to be under a little bit of pressure now, as we do have, oh no, we did have Genesis.
No, I didn't even make it.
He spawned in a boat, but Visco cleaned him up quick smart, and it looks like A is going to remain with the guys from Synarchy. B is where the action is at the moment. Lemmy.
Yeah, this is crazy, mate. I was fully ready to just write off Synarchy at the start of this match. I was thinking, mate, look, they had a hard time last game, but look, they're coming back strong, mate.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, Cy Fox, he's a brilliant bloke. But anyway, getting back to the action, we've got Synarchy FFM coming out with the Ace 52 CQB taking out Executioner. We've got pushes coming out crazy by the Bf.Nut. They're trying to do everything they can to push out on. They've got boats, they've got little birds. Over to you, Dr. Steve.
Excellent stuff. 149 reads 75 tickets. Nut starting to hurt now as the two flag bleed is taking a serious effect. Two guys now, Executioner and Zemek, making the push for Bf.Nut onto that A point. It looks like Executioner took down Visco, just making the way into the building there at the A complex. It's been levolutionized, but those guys are hiding in the rubble, getting that cap up, and they're going to secure that up quick smart. Climax is just beside them in the boat. He's going to be ready for when they need to make a move out. But great stuff from Bf.Nut. They've got themselves with the A point, but it looks like C's under contention at the moment. A couple of guys in there. It's actually three guys from Synarchy in there at the moment, hiding in one of the shacks at the back, getting some pressure on there and making it very hard for the cap to come on for Bf.Nut. It looks like they'll slowly start to cap that, but we are going to get some kills coming over. Here we go. Chronic takes down Darkflyer. I think that was actually around one of the other points, but yeah, still lots of stuff happening around this C point, as Synarchy are not going to let this one go. They're going to keep pushing until the very end. Rocket takes down Euphoria, also Chronic taking down Darkflyer. So here we go, kills coming in thick and fast. Colbat taking down Chronic, and a double road kill. I'm not sure what happened there, but Rocket and Fire have both gone down for Synarchy. Not great for those guys, and I think Visco's the only one left on that C point now. He's hiding in one of the back buildings and getting a little bit of pressure put in by Azure and also Colbat. Defense coming through in the form of Euphoria. Genesis is given up on that C point. They know he's got enough friends back there, and Genesis in the APC for Bf.Nut, making the push onto the B point, and he's going to see what he can do around there to help out, because that B point is held by the guys from Synarchy at the moment. Lemmy.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure what's going to happen and unfold in the next 15-10 minutes, but it's all very exciting, mate. We've got the APC. Who we got in there? We've got Genesis in the APC. He's rolling into the B flag. He's going through the front doors. No, he's going to back up. He's just scouting that one out. But we've got three flags flashing. We got 3 flags flashing at the moment, boys, and to all our viewers listening, this is a cracker match. I'm enjoying it just sitting back here. Hopefully you at home are enjoying this one too. It's absolutely phenomenal action. We've got Genesis moving in on the APC on that A flag. It looks like he might neutralise it, as we do see Synarchy.
He just got C4'd, but unlucky. Synarchy FFM got in with the sneaky C4 in behind him. So that really hurt Bf.Nut side for the A push pretty hard.
Yeah, that was a cracker of a C4, so work to the FFM man. Solid C4 from him, as looks like now we've got Synarchy Fire in there on that A point. He's secured the cap up, he's jumped in the boat, and he's having a bit of a troll around now to see where is the best point to push. B is still grey at the moment. It's anyone's game. It looks like Synarchy may have numbers at the moment, but they're going to be combated by a couple of guys from Bf.Nut making the push in there. Dark Flyer is there and making his way on foot, but he's outnumbered. We've got FFM, we've got Execution there as well, and a few other guys. There we go. Synarchy have capped up that B point, and really, yeah, the lead isn't too many tickets at the moment. This is going to come down to the wire. 72 tickets to Synarchy, 50 tickets to the guys from Bf.Nut. This is going to go right down to the wire, as we do have Bf.Nut really starting to push out now. Executioner and Genesis in those boats, making their way around to the A point to see what they can do there. Rocket's there in defense. He does have the chopper, but just gone down. Great stuff from the Bf.Nut boys, getting those rockets into that chopper and making their way onto the A point there, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, Synarchy have done well to get as far as they have. They did have the 2-ticket advantage, although there is a heavy push from the Bf.Nut boys. They're pushing on B, they're pushing on A, they're pushing on C, and they're trying to take 3 flags at once. It's crazy, mate. I can't believe I'm seeing it. Look, it was an admirable effort by Synarchy, but I think Bf.Nut will end up getting at least 2 flags out of their pushes and out of their resources here. Look, it is 62-27 in favour of Synarchy, but I think no, it looks like Synarchy will hold the 2 flags, and Bf.Nut will hold the B flag in the middle. But it looks like A and C flags will be Synarchy's flags, and it looks like Bf.Nut will be on the bleed. Very interesting game, and looking forward to see who wins this one. It's very down to the wire, as Dr. Steve said earlier, and I'm looking forward to see how this round pans out.
Great stuff. Over to Cyfox to rundown of what he's seeing in the camera.
Yeah, well, Bf.Nut so far have been making excellent use of the rib boats. Like, I've seen a couple of pushes from their uncap all the way over to A just to get that sneaky cap in and spawn a few members in there. But they've also been using it, the miniguns against the choppers. They just tear shreds through them. Like, it's really being unused by Synarchy at the moment. I haven't seen them use it against the choppers once. Oh, well, maybe on rollout I saw it, but yeah, it hasn't happened since, so they really need to do that a little bit more often to keep the Bf.Nut chopper down.
Great stuff, and here we go. We are entering the closing stages of the match. 6 tickets only left for Bf.Nut, as the guys from Synarchy really knock it up a notch. But Bf.Nut do have themselves with almost 2 flags at the moment, but A and C seem to be exchanging, and it looks like Synarchy may have the numbers to secure up that A point in a moment. But Bf.Nut have got themselves off the bleed, but they've only got 2 tickets left, and one of their men is in Deadpool. So it's going to be a very hard slog for these guys to keep the guys alive, keep themselves with flag possession. It looks like, there we go, A has just been great up as Synarchy keeping the numbers in and around there. Now we've got 5 guys down for Bf.Nut. No one can spawn in. There's only 1 ticket remaining for those, and that's going to go down to the bleed now. There we go. 45 tickets is the margin in favour of the guys from Synarchy, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, Synergy have taken it. Look, they're the OG gangsters in this scenario, mate, and they have taken the win. We were having a chat in between the rounds, and we had a little bit of suspicion of who was going to win what. And look, it's excellent to see the Synergy come through, as we see Synergy MGR 20 kills, 13 deaths. We got Synergy Fire, 12 kills, 17 deaths. Synergy FFM, 8 kills, 11 deaths, sorry. Synergy Rocket, 8 kills, 10 deaths. Crypto, 17 kills, 9 deaths. Good KD. Chronic, 9 and 6. We got Extinction, 9 and 10. And Visco, 8 and 8. Over to you, Dr. Steve.
Great. Zemming leading the way, 16 and 11. Executioner with 8 and 10. Azure with 12 and 9. Colbat, 12 and 6. Climax with 9 and 12. And we've just had a reset, so sorry for the guys that I missed out. You should have scored higher. But look, we've got the second round loading up. We might have a bit of a debrief in terms of that. I'll cross over to Cyfox in terms of what he thought of the second map first round.
Well, mate, I'm going to chime in about the mines again. Like, I love mines. There's the only thing more satisfying than getting a mine kill in a competitive match is probably, an RPG on a jet would probably equal it. But I'm not seeing mines from either sides. Like personally, whenever I'm in matches, I love putting mines in dirty little places, like on the shadows of palm trees and stuff like that, where you won't notice it. Like with the color changing that much when you're driving in a vehicle, you really won't notice those mines in the dark positions, and people generally run over them pretty often. But I'm just not seeing that from either side at the moment. But it's really good to see Synergy come back into it. Like, I thought they were sort of down and out after Dawnbreaker, but no, they're really coming back fighting hard.
That's it, and I think we may have just had the server go down on
Yeah.
us. So we might just cut away to a break so we can get that all sorted out, get ourselves back in to the game and make sure we're ready to go. So look, give us a moment and we'll put on some music and we'll be back once the server is back up.
Will do, crossing now.
Good evening, gamers. Dr. Steve here from x5Live, joined by Cyfox in the camera van and Lemmy in the co-caster's seat. We're heading into round 2 of map 2 of the Palit BF4 Asia Cup. We did see the guys from Bf.Nut take out the first round, and the first map. The first round of the second map was taken out by the guys from Synarchy. We're getting ready for rollout. The guys from Synarchy lining up on the China team, and the US side is Bf.Nut. 45 tickets was the margin in the first round, not much in it, so it's going to be hell for leather to see if we can push this on to a third map. Cobalt's heading out for Bf.Nut. He's in the APC. They'd also have 2 boats making the move along, which is Zemic and also Genesis making the push there. It looks like that boat of Genesis ran into one of the boys and he's been held up for a little bit, but the push is on again from Synarchy, making the early chop drop of MJ, also Extinction, and a couple of other guys onto that B point, so making the early push onto that middle B flag. Slowly, they didn't manage to cap up C, and it looks like Bf.Nut may be making an advantage. Zemig's in there by himself, capping up that C point. APC battle heading along up top, and it looks like Colbat coming out the winner there, taking down Chronic. So great stuff going head to head, one-on-one with the APCs, and he's done a great job, that Colbat man. And Bf.Nut also capping up themselves A and C points. So Synarchy only with 1 flag off the rollout, and that's going to hurt them early on, as the scorecard reads 250 tickets to 241 in favour of the guys from Bf.Nut. They're making the start that they needed to in this second round, Lemmy.
Yeah, look, it's no coincidence that Bf.Nut have the 2 flags. They have got their APC up and therefore can defend the big push that is happening at the A flag by the Synarchy boys. So what are you seeing over there, mate?
Oh, I just had a look at the Synarchy guys doing a bit of a push on A flag, and I mean, they must have been listening to the cast and maybe talked to a few of the boys, because they're doing a few more rib boat pushes this round. And we've got a few Synarchy guys on there now, but they're encountering a little bit of Bf.Nut resistance, including a lav. So I don't know how that's going to go for them. What does B flag look like, Steve?
B is being held well by the guys from Synarchy at the moment. They've got 3 boys on there at the moment: Extinction, Crypto, and also MJ in there, but having a bit of a push. Zemig's in there, and he's got a mate on him, but he's just gone down. It was Climax that spawned in off him, and there we go. It looks like Azure's gone down, and also Zemig. So great stuff from Crypto and Extinction, keeping the B flag clear of Bf.Nut. Lemmy, C flag, what's going on there, mate?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bleed going on, but it's sort of neutralized. Like there's not much going on there. We do see spawners coming in for Bf.Nut. They're probably going to defend that. There's 3 Bf.Nut boys to the 1 infantry by Anarchy, but Synarchy, sorry, but there is a little bird there. Back over to you, Dr. Steve, mate. What's going on?
A point is where I'm at. It is being slowly capped up by the guys from Bf.Nut. They've got themselves back on the 2 flag advantage. So great stuff from those boys as they make their way in there. So Climax was there, Genesis was there, Darkflyer and Executioner making their way over the bridge and heading to B point on foot. Colbat is in the ABC. He's on the north side pushing up. It looks like he might be heading over to C to try and get some kills as the guys from Synarchy seem to be making a nice push onto that C point. They're going to cap that up. Chronic and also his mate Visco doing a fantastic job getting a bit of a back cap on there, getting some guys in there as well. And here we go. What you were calling before, Cyfox, we are seeing a rib boat push.
Yeah, they're heading for A now.
Mate.
Yeah, good on them. They really needed to utilise those boats a lot more. Especially with the choppers. I mean, Bf.Nut's chopper is still up. They've gone back into... No, sorry, that's... I got completely confused and thought that Synarchy's chopper was Bf.Nut's, but Synarchy seems to be putting a little bit of pressure on B now, but the A push failed, so hopefully the B push works out for them. What are you looking at, Lemmy?
Look, mate, I'm not looking at much except for the tabletop and spectator view. But mate, look, I'm thinking that Synarchy love this map forte and a bit more suited to their playstyle. And as you can see, although Bf.Nut do have the 2 flags at the moment, they're putting up a huge fire, and there's people going everywhere. They're pinging here and there, everywhere. There's rib boats going here, there. There's APCs rolling out. Everything's going on. It's really intense. I don't know how size videoing this whole operation that's going on.
Oh, it's a little bit hard.
He's doing a good job. Dr. Steve, what are you seeing over there, buddy?
It's a B push on from Synarchy. They need to get themselves off the bleed and making their way from C to B at the moment. They do have a 5-man squad making the push in now. Fire, Rocket, MJ, and also another bloke, but they're getting killed pretty quick. MJ took down Darkflyer, Climax took down Extinction. We've also got Visco taking down Genesis and Fire taking down Zemix. So lots of action happening around there, and it looks like the Synarchy boys have capped up that B point, got themselves off the flag and got themselves in a good position. Bf.Nut are getting themselves back into the action. Climax is doing a bit of circle strafing on that B hotel point. Colbat's making his way on foot, but it looks like he's been taken down. MJ with the ACWR getting a nice kill on him there, and it looks like Chronic went down to the Climax man, so that chopper was doing a good job, but it's just dropped back for a moment. So lots of stuff still happening, and it looks like the guys from Synarchy, they're making a push for a 3rd flag. I think they should just stay put. I don't want to see them lose their advantage because they're getting greedy and pushing for a 3rd flag. But it looks like a C point, Lemmy, seems to be where the action's at.
Yeah, no, I've been watching it. We've had Climax in the chopper. He's dropped down 2 infantry on the C flag, and another bloke spawned up. So 3 blokes have pretty much instantly capped that C flag on this Hayden Resort map. So what we're seeing here is actually Bf.Nut. They're holding these 2 flags, and we got B flag being held by Synarchy, but Synarchy are making a push on the C flag, Dr. Steve.
They do have a couple of guys making their way in there. We've got Crypto and also MJ making the push in there. So they are going to get themselves in a good position to take them on. Although, here we go, MJ took down Azure, and we've got Climax taking down MJ. So trading kills in and out there. And it looks like Bf.Nut may have the guys in there at the moment to cap it up. I'm just having a quick look. We do have
Climax
a few guys getting...
cleaning up.
Oh, call it, mate.
Yeah, he's doing a great job over there, considering the amount of infantry he's dealing with.
Yeah, he's just capped 2 Synarchy blokes. I won't name them because it might be a little embarrassing for him. But in the Little Bird, man, oh my gosh, Climax is just loving it sick. He's just loving his own work. He's just going back to US just to get a few repairs and circle back to do another little circuit of Hayden Resort. He's probably loving it. It's like a little vacation for him, just cleaning up all the infantry on the ground. They're like ants for him. He's loving it sick. Over to you, Si, or Dr. Steve. What do you got, boys?
Oh mate, there's a bit of a clusterfuck going on at the moment. Like I noticed earlier, Synarchy, I keep saying Synarchy lost their advantage, which was a bit of a shame because I thought it was going to go the same way as last round, but Bf.Nut are putting up a good fight. But Synarchy just didn't seem to have anyone on any points apart from B for a while. And Bf.Nut still had a pretty strong resistance on C considering they had just taken it, but Synarchy thought that, you know, that would be the great place to push instead of the A point, and A point hasn't actually got any defenders on it at the moment. So if they want to send one member over there, if one of the teams wants to send one member over there, they could probably take it. What are you looking at, Steve?
Oh, we've got a couple guys now from Bf.Nut hiding. They were doing a big dead pull, so all these guys sitting in spawn waiting for the squad leader to call them. So we've had a big squad fall on C at the moment, and they're doing a good job, although they're being circled now by a couple of the Synarchy boys. So they're trapped inside this bungalow, and the fire is being rained on them at the moment. Here we go, one's just popped in there, Synarchy's taken execution, Azure has taken down fire. Yeah, a little bit of action happening on that C bungalow, and it looks like the Bf.Nut boys, we've only got Executioner still up. He's rezzed his mate. We're still getting some kills coming in there, but it looks like the great work from Synarchy. They had 4 men just really pounding that up and doing a great job, although Climax triple with the chopper. He is dominating with that little bird, just going through circle strafing like a champion, getting those kills, and they may even give Genesis a chance to make the push on foot back into that C point there, Lemmy.
Yeah, Climax is, as I said earlier, he's licking his chops. He's on 16 kills and 2 deaths. He's the only one to surpass Zemming. He's on 8 kills and 6 deaths. As we look over to the A flag, we do see the push by Climax with the little bird. There is 3 or 4 infantry from Synarchy making a push on the A flag. There are 3 flags under dispute at the moment, as we do see Synarchy cap that C flag. What are you boys saying? Back over to you boys.
Yeah, I was just having a look at Climax there for a moment. You know, he was getting in on the Synarchy boys there for a bit, but they've got the advantage just hiding in that building unless Bf.Nut want to try and take that building down through Levolution, and so they've got no real cover to hide in. It would give them an advantage with that, considering they're dominating in the chopper at the moment. It would be a good idea. But I'm not too sure what's going on over at the other flags at the moment. It seems like B's in contention, Steve.
Yeah, mate, lots of, that was held quite well by the guys from Bf.Nut, but there was a big squad from Synarchy coming over, as we've got Fire there on foot, also a couple of guys outside Extinction, and also Crypto making their way in and around there. So they've done a good job pushing onto that point that was looked like it was heavily held by Bf.Nut, but those guys may have disappeared off there, and it looks like they may be shifting their focus over to C, which I think is a smart move. They were really dynamic, and they've got themselves in a good position on C. We've got Azure in the APC, although he's going to get some pressure put on him by Chronic in the other APC, firing right at his tail. He's not going to last long with those shots coming on his ass there. He's got out of the way, and he's having a look up the top there. A little bit of pressure being put on him from Rocket from Synarchy as well. That APC's gone down. Great work from Chronic taking down Azure, but it didn't all go in vain. C point has been capped up by Bf.Nut. They've got themselves the 2 flag advantage. They do have themselves the ticket lead, 128 tickets to 89 tickets. So the magic margin is 45. What we're looking for in this second round for the guys from Bf.Nut to sort it out. Sorry, for the guys from 45 is the ticket margin. So back to you, Lemmy, to see what you've got, mate.
Yeah, look, my thoughts on the game so far, I know you didn't ask that, but I'm going to go ahead. Look, Climax is 20 kills and 2 deaths, and I don't want to talk about him this entire round, but I will for a second, because
he is
when
dominating.
you consider it, he is absolutely dominating, and the biggest problem for Synarchy right now, in my opinion, in my professional opinion, I think it's Climax. They need to get that little bird down, they need to get some stingers, eaglers, whatever they're allowed to use, they need to get that down and coordinated, and get at least 3-4 blokes hitting their stingers or eaglers, whatever they're allowed, as I said earlier, and they need to coordinate them and get that little bird down.
Oh, Yeah, I was just watching Climax then as you were talking about him, and it just seems like he's running by himself. Doesn't even have a repairer. He came up against the two Bf.Nut choppers right then, and the Bf.Nut guys had a repairer on them, but Climax actually managed to take them out by himself. Almost got into the third seat there and repaired his own little bird before he got taken down after taking them down, but managed to get a stinger into him, so you know, he sort of lost that a bit, but it was really well done from him. What about over at, yeah, B's still in contention for Bf.Nut right now. They seem to be dominating this so far. Synarchy are just maybe, I don't know, maybe they're feeling the pressure, I don't know.
But they really need to do something at the moment. They really need to get a push. They need another flag. They're on the bleed. The Hanen bleed is terrifying. I've been there. We've all been there. I'm not sure if we've all been there, but I've been there. The bleed is terrible. Over to you, Dr. Steve. What are you seeing right now, mate?
Yeah, mate, they're doing their best to stem that bit at the moment. Crypto's in there, FFM's in there. We've also got Extinction and Visco. Chronic's outside with the APC, so massive push from the Synarchy boys, getting themselves onto that B point, and it looks like they've got that secured. Fantastic stuff from that. Just having a quick look what the guys from Bf.Nut are doing in response. They've got A and C, so they're pretty happy with themselves at the moment, and they're really taking the ticket margin out. They've got themselves an impressive lead. It's way past the 45 tickets that they needed, as we're just down to the music mark. So it looks like unless the guys from Synarchy can do something, get themselves on a flag quick smart, we're going to see this count out way too quickly. Got a few little pushes happening as the guys from Synarchy making their way over onto the C point, but it's too late. It's all over Red Rover. 114 tickets is the margin in the second round, so 114 to 45. We'll see Bf.Nut take out not only both maps, but the grand final there, Lemmy.
Yeah, mate, it was an inspirational match for those watching. Like, good on yous for tuning in. It was great for me to come on here and do my first Battlefield 4 shoutcast, and it was a great match for it too. They were both very competitive teams, obviously, and look, it was a great match, and I'm just happy to have been given the opportunity, and yeah, just to be here, man. Like, just to be able to shoutcast this sort of stuff gives some entertainment, and hopefully a few laughs out to the community, and something to do on nights like these when it seems like there's not much else going on, Dr. Steve.
Yeah, great stuff. I'll go over to Cyfox for his wrap up of the match tonight.
Yeah, well, like in that second map in Hanan, like Synarchy came in really strong, and you know, I thought they were gonna, you know, come back for a little bit of a comeback there and end up going to the third match, but you know, maybe they just felt a bit too much pressure. Maybe they overextended themselves in the second round. Like, I did notice at one point they had the A flag. No team members from either team were on that flag, and it looked like Synarchy were going to take the B point with a few members on there, while Bf.Nut had their lab there, which ended up cleaning them up, sadly. But they were also pushing on C point at the same time, so they were, you know, maybe going for being a little bit daring and going for the triple cap to try and, you know, really bring those tickets back in their favour, and it didn't just quite work out for them. But yeah, I was really hoping it was, because I was really looking forward to a third match here. Like, these rounds have been really close, like a bit of a nail biter at times, and yeah, it would have been fantastic to see a third game from these guys. How about you, Steve?
Yeah, look, I was pretty impressed all round. We did see the guys from Bf.Nut really put up a solid match in the first map. They really put it to them, and it was a bit of a walkover there. But Synarchy really kicked up in the second round and had a great one. The second map, sorry, first round. But Bf.Nut regained their composure. They just really focused on holding two flags the whole time, weren't going to overextend themselves, and came away with the win. So not only do they win both the maps, they've won the Palit Asia Cup. Great stuff from those guys. So thank you very much for everyone that's tuned in tonight. It's been a late night for everyone, so I'm not going to dwell too much and on the wrap up, but I will say thanks to Palit for their sponsorship of the tournament tonight. Thank you to x5Live and the Team Exile 5 sponsor, which is NVIDIA, and we will be sending out details in terms of where you can catch the stream. It will go up on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Team Exile 5. But yeah, again, thanks for everyone for tuning in. Thanks for Cyfox and Lemmy for joining me tonight. My name's me, Dr. Steve. Thanks for tuning in.